I'm the Hornet King, and I remove incredible and insane wasp nests. Whether their nests are underground, in a house, in a tree, or even down a well, I'm the person crazy enough to extract them, and I do so with my trusty vacuum. In this video, I'll be removing a massive yellow jacket colony that decided to make its nest above the ceiling above a client's bed. Check it out. Hey everyone, welcome to the Hornet King channel. So to extract this nest out of this customer's ceiling, her bedroom ceiling, go figure, I put my ear on the drywall so that way I can hear exactly where the nest is, just above the ceiling. People often ask why I don't use a stethoscope knowing that I'm a nurse. And a stethoscope diaphragm is really meant to transmit sound from soft tissue like your skin rather than hard surfaces like drywall. If I were to put that stethoscope right underneath the nest on the drywall, it would sound almost exactly the same as if I put the stethoscope 2 feet away from right underneath the nest on the same surface of drywall. So it's not nearly as accurate. So if I put my ear directly below it, I'll be able to hear exactly where that nest is. So I take my keyhole saw and just make a little access hole to make sure that I am directly underneath the nest where I thought my ear was saying the nest was. So I start with smaller holes and I make them bigger and bigger until I get a large enough hole that I can get the whole nest out. I don't want to just make a small hole like 4 inch by 4 inch like some people might suggest, because then if I just reach up inside of there and I'm feeling around to grab the nest, I don't know for sure that I got the entire nest out. However, if the hole is big enough and I can pull the nest out almost completely in one piece, then I can see up inside that cavity a little bit better to know, okay, I'm not leaving anything in here. Leaving parts of the nest inside of the ceiling or inside of any kind of wall cavity could potentially cause problems for the client down the road, and they would still be seeing activity after you're gone. So this client initially was noticing some yellow jackets flying around her bedroom, which is unnerving within itself. But then when she noticed there was a small hole in this drywall and noticed that that's where the activity was coming from. You actually notice that this is a very large dormer that sticks out from the front of the house. And people often ask, why don't you just open up the window and just let them fly out? Well, the thing is, if I let the wasps that are flying around the bedroom right now fly out of the window, they're going to fly right back into the original entranceway that they were already getting in from and making their way into the cavity space where I'll have to wait for them and then vacuum them up. So leaving the windows closed, keeping the doors closed, it traps them in the room that I'm in, and they're going to go right to the window, and they're going to stay on the glass, which is what you'll see a little bit later in the video here. So using my trusty vacuum, I vacuum up as much of the adults off of the comb as I can. Even though I'm going to be vacuuming them up off the window, I'd rather just try to get as many of them as they fly off of the nest as I possibly can, and that way it's less I have to deal with at the end of the removal when I'm tired and don't feel like doing it anymore. So you can see this nest is huge. And I'm just trying to see, like, okay, how easy is this going to be able to get down? Well, there was fiberglass insulation that this nest was attached to, and that's kind of like the worst situation for someone like me who's removing the nest, because fiberglass insulation moves with the nest. You end up pulling down a lot of insulation with the comb, which is not really ideal. But so what I try to do is slide my fingers up between the paper of the insulation and the top part of the comb and try to separate the two. But as you can see, it's pulling almost all of it down at the exact same time. I did get pretty lucky here. It did end up detaching pretty well, so I didn't have to pull out a bunch of insulation with it. All the little like cream colored things you're seeing on the comb here are larvae. And then like the creamy white silk caps, those are the caps that the larvae weave to go into their metamorphosis state like a caterpillar would become a butterfly or a moth. So you can see that this nest is still even bigger than the hole that I made. But since this hole is about like 12 inches by like 14 inches, it still gave me a lot of room to be able to like put my phone up inside of there and be able to see with the camera lens to make sure that I'm not missing anything. You can tell I'm going a lot by feel. you know, the way my head's positioned, it's pretty much behind the original opening, and I'm reaching up inside of it almost to like past the back of my head to get the nest out. Something else I look for when I'm pulling comb out to know, like, if, okay, is this the end of the nest? Like, is there going to be more back there? Is how much envelope is on the back side of the comb. If there's a lot of envelope, typically that means that I hit the end of the nest. Like, there's not going to be much more in there. So even though you're seeing this in several different pieces, the actual like girth of this nest was probably about 24 inches wide and maybe like 3 inches tall. It was like probably like 3 or 4 different layers of comb. You have to remember too that the nests aren't like completely uniform. They are like kind of irregular. So even though you might have 4 layers of comb, if those layers of comb are 20 inches wide, that's a significant amount of nest. As opposed to a smaller diameter comb that might have like 7 or 10 layers of comb. So just taking my camera up inside there and just panning it around to make sure that I'm not leaving any comb behind. It had looked like that this space had actually had a nest in it at one point. I did find some old envelope, but I never found the old comb. So I'm not sure where the old nest used to be, or maybe these wasps were actually tearing down the original nest. I'm not too sure. So you can see all the collection of wasps that have flown out of the cavity and went right to the window.
They said they were going to behave if you wanted to live up here with them.
So take my time just vacuuming up all the wasps off the window pane. This is kind of one of my favorite parts of the process. And I get the nest home for my girls and let them chop up the nest. So here we have Goosey the turkey, and then Giblet is on the left-hand side, and Henny is on the right-hand side. And you'll notice too that our girlfriend Pigeon comes around and scares everybody off the comb because she's quite a bully. Even though Ginger's the matriarch, it seems like Pigeon does the dirty work of going around and shooing the other girls off of her food.
Good turkey. Come on, turkey. turkey. There you go, turkey. Oh, squirrel, squirrel. Hey, squirrel, squirrel. Oh, good morning, turkey. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. There you go, little turkey. Hey, little turkey. You gonna come in and say hi to everybody? Hello, turkey. You take the squirrel and I'm gonna grab the turkey. Hello, turkey. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Hello, turkey. Hello, turkey. Oh, sneaky turkey. Oh, squirrel, squirrel. You thirsty, squirrel, squirrel? Are you like a kitty cat, squirrel, squirrel? Are you like a kitty cat, squirrel, squirrel? Does this feel playful to you, squirrel, squirrel? Does this feel playful to you, squirrel, squirrel? Are you ready for a cracker? I can tell. I can tell. You want a cracker? You want a cracker, squirrel, squirrel? You want a cracker, squirrel, squirrel? Come on, squirrel, squirrel. Would you like this goldfish, squirrel, squirrel? No? You like to play more? Would you like to play more? This hand or this hand? Oh, I want your goldfish. Maybe she hears turkey. Some bozo. Are you afraid to eat your cheeses, Squirrel Squirrel? That's such a Humphrey face. You look like your mother, Squirrel Squirrel? Do you look like your mother, Squirrel Squirrel? Squirrel Squirrel? Do you look like your mother, Squirrel Squirrel? Oh, Squirrel Squirrel. Would you like another cheese? Would you like another goldfish, Squirrel Squirrel? Is that yummy? Is that yummy? Hmm? Get your back scratched, Squirrel Squirrel? You like your back scratched, Squirrel Squirrel? Oh, Squirrel Squirrel. What's the matter, Squirrel Squirrel? You don't want to play in front of the camera? Is that what this is? You don't want to play in front of the camera? Can I give you a rub? Can I give you a little face rub? Oh, yeah. You like your face rubs, huh? Yeah, that feel good? That feel good? Yeah, oh, get behind the ear. Okay. Okay. Oh, look how stretched the arm is. That's how we know we got a good one. We got a good arm stretch. Ooh, a little under the chin. Ooh, on this side maybe? Oh, yeah. Oh, you like those face scratches. Was a good scratch? Is that a good scratch? Squirrely squirrel. How about a belly rub? Can I give you a belly rub? Nice little belly rub. Does it feel good on your belly? That's a good squirrely squirrel. That's a good squirrely squirrel. Nice little leg rub. Nice little leg rub. You like your belly rubbed, huh? Oh, squirrely squirrel. Nice little belly rub. Are we still playful squirrel? Oh, playful squirrel. Oh, playful squirrel. Oh, around the back, huh? Is that how you get me these days? You want another almond, Squirrel Square? Oh, Squirrel Squirrel. Oh, wind in the face, squirrel. Oh, windy squirrel. Oh, windy winter squirrel. Look at your tail blowing the wind, squirrel squirrel. Oh, breezy squirrel. Come eat this almond, squirrel. Oh, this almond. Squirrel squirrel. Is that yummy? Alright, let's give you a pile of nuts. That way you can eat them out here. There. There. Oh, nutty squirrel.